All righty, Joe. Things are bad, Joe Schad. Bad with Joe Schad. That's this segment today on the Hijinks Sportsgrid.com Miami Dolphins post-game report. I thought McDaniel had another mediocre game. A lot of mediocre decisions overall throughout that game. And Tua Tagovailoa, for sure, two of them were his. The third one, I'm not exactly sure if it was on Mostert, if he was supposed to stop because he read something and he kept going. I don't know, but the other two were so bad that easily that one could have been on Tua too. So talk to me.
Yeah, certainly disappointing. You can hear me okay right now?
Oh, yeah, you're fantastic.
Good. Yeah, disappointing. Dolphins dropping a fourth straight. Somehow they still, are in good position for the playoffs, but that's so far less important than the disappointment. We were disappointed with Tua's performance against the Chargers, and certainly the 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter sort of match the disappointment in terms of the performance. You're right. 2 of them were definitely his fault. The third was a miscommunication. So he and Mostert not on the same page. I was in the Dolphins locker room. Al Habib went and listened to Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa. I went into the Dolphins locker room. It was a little bit of a different vibe than there have been in recent losses, including the Buffalo loss. It was a little bit of a moral victory feeling coming out of that Buffalo game. And this is one that the Dolphins, I think, were surprised to not win. They thought they were going to win, and really they should have won. This is not vintage Aaron Rodgers. This is not a great defense. This is a game that the Dolphins should have won. So, one thing I'll tell you that I observed personally, I observed Tua Tagovailoa, and he seemed upset. He was sitting at his lot. He was sitting, but this is a very even-keeled, positive,
played like
calm,
shit. He should
poised
be pissed. He should be pissed, dude. Played like
Jalen,
shit. He made really brutal mistakes, dude. Come on.
Jalen Waddle came over. Dan Marino came over. Darrell Bevel, the passing coordinator and quarterbacks coach, came over for a while. Marino gave him a hug. Bevel gave him a hug. The one thing you don't want to see Tua lose here is confidence. Waddle said the one thing he told Tua was keep your confidence. Keep your confidence. Confidence is what allowed Tua to become an MVP candidate early in the season, and he can't waver from that. He can't lose his confidence. And obviously, he was okay at Buffalo, not good in the 2 California games. So I guess that's 3 of 4 where he has not been good at all, and 4 or 5 where he hasn't been his best. So things are turning on him, and they have to make sure that it doesn't completely flip upside down and turn the narrative before the season is over.
How about McDaniel? What is your grade on McDaniel? What is it that you liked or didn't like in this game?
Well, I like that he went for it on 4th down and made it. That was good.
Well, and then he ran, right? I mean, that's really the point, that he actually ran on that 4th down.
The Dolphins had something like 56 rushing yards in the first quarter, and then they were in the fourth quarter, and they only had 80 total rushing yards, which tells me that there was only 24 more rushing yards in the second, third, and most of the fourth quarter. So, but the Dolphins didn't have the ball a lot.
Right.
There was that 3rd down touchdown drive after the Mostert fumble, and then there was the long field goal drive to make it 26-20. Once again, the defense unfortunately allowing a long drive with a lot of plays and a lot of time coming off the clock. They didn't have the advantage of the heat in today's ball game. Obviously, the Packers were enjoying it being 46 degrees
but the defense is not. The defense has no fault here today. They did everything.
No, the defense played well. Yeah, the defense played well. Right. They had a 4th down stop. They had an interception by Kader Kahu. They had 2 forced punts, a fake punt stop.
They were put in terrible positions early on in the game with that stupid onside or whatever the hell kick it was.
Squib.
And then obviously squib, whatever it was. That was the lamest squib I've ever seen in my life, by the way. And then the big return early in the game, which again gave them the short field, over. So I mean, these things, come on, dude. I mean, I thought the defense again gave them every chance to win the game, and the offense could not close out. But I thought McDaniel's decisions, whether it's the squib kick, whether it's 3rd and 3, you're gouging them for 9 yards a run, Joe, and you throw again and fail on I don't, and that was like the fork in the road. If you notice, after that they did not run, they kept passing more than running, and they kind of got away from where they started at times. So you tell
Well, the
me all.
Dolphins had big plays on offense. You had the 84-yard touchdown to Jalen Waddle. You had the 52-yard pass to Tyreek Hill. This is a big play reliant offense. And one of the things about that is that there's not really the sustained drives. And when you have the sustained drives, you're able to keep your defense off the field, give them a little bit of energy, give them a little bit of a breather. This is not an offense. You can't have it both ways, right? Last year and the year before, the Dolphins had no big plays.
Right.
And
No,
so
yeah.
we want the ability to big play strike, but
But
there is
staying with
also,
the run game will help that, Joe. That's my thing. He doesn't stay with the running game. Even
there
when he
were
starts to have success, he then goes away from it, which I don't understand why
well,
you do
Orlando,
that.
there were at least two good runs called back by penalty, correct? I believe that that's
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you get a little discouraged when you have the penalties. I mean, listen, this is a pass. We have to remember this is a pass first league. The
Yeah.
Dolphins have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. That is their strength. Mike McDaniel is trying to play to the strength of the team. It could be argued that the Dolphins' success in their ground game contributed to their ability to get big plays. So it goes hand in hand. I'm going to be interested to see how McDaniel responds to extraordinary adversity now. These 4 losses in a row, their second losing streak. You can understand losing to San Francisco and Buffalo, but also losing to the Chargers and Green Bay is not ideal. Certainly, they'll be favored still to beat the Patriots and the Jets and to make the playoffs as a 10-7 team. 10-7 will meet expectations. So the Dolphins must win their final 2 games on the road at New England. And if they win in New England and the Jets lose at Seattle, they're in the playoffs. That last game against the Jets won't even matter. It will be interesting to see if they clinch a playoff spot. Do they play everybody? I would think that they would
Well,
against the
Joe,
Jets.
the dynamics have changed for Tua now
Yeah.
because the disbelievers, now it's not about anything physical. He's not coming up short because he's short. It's
Decision
not
making.
because his arm. It's not because he's not athletic enough. It's not because he's, I don't know what else. He plays too much golf or whatever stupid shit that we've come up with from one reason to another. The conversation has completely changed. He is now facing the conversation that all the other quarterbacks get. Can you win? And that's the bottom line. And today and last week, that and the Chargers game, it's kind of okay. The San Fran, you get a pass. Everybody gets a pass against that defense, but then after that, you didn't have an answer. You couldn't counter the Chargers. Then you guys couldn't do enough with the Bills. Although I kind of blame McDaniel more there for not running on all those 3rd and shorts where he could have extended drives and all kinds of other shit.
But misfiring in the fourth quarter is the big problem.
Yes. No. Yeah, it's
3 interceptions in the fourth quarter. It'd be one thing if it was 2 interceptions in the first quarter. Why are you misfiring and overthrowing Tyreek Hill? Why are you misfiring and being way off on an intended target for Mike Gesicki? I don't even know why they're throwing for
Tyreek
Gesicki.
Hill one. There were like 8 guys around him, and it's like, why are you even forcing that throw? You know what I mean? Like, you know how perfect you would have to be to drop it in there.
This is unfortunately unfortunately a cold weather result. So I think it's going to be 0-5 when the temperature is below 50. I think that's right. Because it was 0-3 going into Buffalo, and now the temperature was below 50. This was a cold weather game. This was a cold environment. It was cold and wet and nasty and windy, and so the cold weather stuff will continue.
South Florida winter, bro. South Florida winter. I mean, obviously Jason Sanders can't handle that South Florida winter. It just went to the right. So Jason Sanders is definitely on his way out, I would say. What do you think about that?
He had made 12 in a row. Obviously, Mason Crosby does make 2 field goals in the fourth quarter. Jason misses his from 48. Jason had been really good, especially from under 50 in recent years. 12 in a row, and you miss at the wrong time. You can't help but think like, okay, Jason missed a clutch kick, and Tua missed a couple of clutch throws. So this team has not risen to meet the challenge of clutch situations.
No, they have
national TV. Right, this is the only game on right now, right?
Yeah, no.
When the Dolphins are the only game.
Yeah, same old Dolphins, unfortunately. Dude.
If there was a top 25 poll like they have in college, the Dolphins would be low because the games in which everybody's watching, they have not done well.
You'd knock their asses out of the top 25 now at this point. All right, that's it.
8-7. This is I hate to say it, but 8-7 is worse than what Brian Flores and his coaches did in the previous 2 years.
Well, the thing is, I said this at the beginning of the year, and I'll stay consistent. You inherited a 9 or 10 win team. If you do fix the offense, you should win 11 or 12. And so unfortunately, I don't think the only way this can be an improvement
and special teams, by the way,
is I know the special teams bad.
The kickoff they should have kept. I don't. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that special teams coordinator Danny Crossman will return.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt.
They had the 93-yard kickoff return. They did have the fake punt stop.
Yeah,
but their special teams has been terrible all year.
There's been nothing special about their teams. All right, what do you got going on in the Palm Beach Post so folks can check it out, my man?
Well, I already posted my 5 instant takeaways from the Dolphins-Packers game. It's on the Palm Beach Post website. We talk about Tua. We talk about the mistakes. We talk about the poor special teams. We talk about the defense's solid performance. Kader Kohut, they attacked him, and he actually played pretty well. Thielen made some plays. Wilkins made some plays. Baker made some plays. Rowe made some plays. The defense, I agree with you. You can't pin this one on the defense. So, maybe I'll go ahead and write about how the Dolphins have unfortunately not risen to meet the challenge.
Oh, yeah. That's the dynamics for Tua. That's what you should write now. Now it's not about his physical stuff. Now it's about can you win? So now he's actually maybe he can be measured like a regular quarterback, and now we can stop about stupid shit like, can he throw in the cold? That has nothing to do with it, bro. He can throw in the cold and never. Can you win? Is the problem.
I mean, it was cold out there today, but all right. Merry Christmas, my guy.
Well, happy Hanukkah to you, sir. As I hope you had a great Hanukkah. As you guys just finished? What was it? A day or 2 days ago? When did Hanukkah finish?
Why do you think I'm Jewish? I'm not Jewish. I went to a Catholic.
I thought you were Jewish.
What?
Oh, I thought you were Jewish. Oh, I'm sorry. Merry Christmas.
Why would I wish you Merry Christmas? I went to a private Catholic high school, a private Catholic university.
Well, because I'm Catholic, so even my Jewish friends wish me Merry Christmas. So that's
not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying.
And by the way, you sent me a really nice Christmas card too. That was very nice.
There you go.
Very nice. Thank you, Joe.
So if I sent you a Christmas card, why would you not?
I don't know. I don't know why.
It's all good.
And you know what? It's I make the mistake all the time. Like Lee Sterling, I didn't know he was Jewish. So, we were going back and forth. He goes, I'm Jewish. I didn't know. So, sometimes the last name, sometimes you kind of, so there you go. It happens, man.
Merry Christmas, Big O. See you next week.
Merry Christmas, Joe. We are done with the Hijinks and Joe Schad.
This is the